Go somewhere, get somewhere, and sit down. You ever heard that before? You mean in all your living, you can't recall the moment, the time when your mother, your father, your mother in particular, go somewhere and sit down. Get somewhere and sit down. Well, that's what we're talking about on this morning. And that is, how do I get strength from stillness? How do I get strength from stillness? Go somewhere and what? Sit down. How about that? Good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna, and I certainly have a word for you on this morning. And this morning is a word that speaks to me. I don't know about you, but it absolutely speaks to me. And I need this word far more than you. So join me as I talk to myself. How about that? Join me as I talk to myself on this morning. How is everybody on this morning? It's a great morning. It is still snow on the ground outside. Hopefully, it'll start melting just a little bit. As I mentioned on yesterday, my home state was just paralyzed. It got 7 inches of snow and didn't know what to do. Stay home, the governor said. Just stay home. That's right. I wouldn't be on the road in North Carolina now for nothing in the world. Good morning, Ramona. How are you? First in the house, and Gerald, you're the second, of course, and Deacon Joe, you're the third. Ella, how are you on this morning? Good morning, Fawn. How are you on this morning? Pamela, how are you? Annette, how are you? Thank you for bringing your brother. I don't know whether or not he was on your card or not, but it was good to see him. I hope he connects. Good morning, Brenda. How are you on this morning? Laura, how are you? Elder Mobley, how are you? Linda, how are you? Brenda's daughter is in the house. How are you? Vaughn is in the house. How are you, Minister Yolanda? How are you doing on this morning? Deborah, how are you? Deborah? Pastor Richard, how are you doing on this morning? Elder Jan, how are you? Jacqueline, how are you on this morning? You know, I got a word for you on this morning. And if you've heard these words before, please put it in the chat area that you have. Go somewhere and sit down. Get somewhere and sit down. Your grandmama didn't tell you that. I know I've heard that before. Good morning, Liz. How are you on this morning? You already know. Go somewhere and sit down. Have a seat. Good morning, Patrice. How are you? You're all over the way, all over the place. You won't be still. And that's what we're talking about, Andrea, that it's all about. Andretta, how are you on this morning? Brittany, how are you on this morning? Let me greet some more folk. Anna, how are you on this morning? Sit down. Have two seats. If my mother would have known that colloquialism, that firing somebody up, then she probably would have said it. But if you've heard that before, how about that? Says, okay, Minister Sent, you heard it before. It was said to you. Good morning, Shirley. How are you on this morning? Dan, the man, is in the house, still in Colorado. Good morning. Yes, I heard that many times. Okay, Liz, I know. We all in that generation, and that's what we're talking about on this morning. Yeah, go somewhere and sit down. Go somewhere and sit down. Well, that's what we're going to deal with this morning. There is strength in stillness. Let me tell you more about that right after this. Let me get with you on this thing. Here we go.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Manna, where in 5 minutes or less, you're going to get an impartation with the text, the talk, and the takeaway. Join the Morning Manna fam every weekday morning at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Don't forget to put in the chat the revelation that you get and share the manna. Now, let's get ready to have some manna so you can make it through your day.
How about that? Let's have some manna so you can make it through your day. What does that mean? Let me give you several things that speaks to this moment that you got to go somewhere and have a seat and sit down. Here it is. It's the text. Several I want to give you. Throughout Scripture, solitude is where God shapes his servants most deeply. Moses encountered God along the Mount Sinai, Exodus 19 through 20. David learned to trust God, and we hear about this in Psalms 23. Jesus in Luke 5:16 and Mark 1:35 often withdrew to lonely places and lonely spaces to be by himself. Solitude wasn't isolation then and now. It was and is intentional separation for divine connection. Get that. Put that in the chat area. It's intentional separation for divine connection. Before you can have power in the public, you have to have presence with him in private. So there's three things I want you to get on this morning. One, separation for sensitivity's sake. When you step away from noise, you become more sensitive to God's voice. Directions and distractions don't go together because distractions will dull your discernment. Stillness sharpens your spiritual hearing. God often whispers what the crowd will drown out. And what is he whispering to you today? Two, withdraw from wisdom. Withdraw for wisdom. Solitude creates space for reflection and revelation. When you pull back from people, when you pull back from pressure, when you pull back from the speed of the pace that we all live, God pulls you deeper into his perspective. It's an odd thing sometimes when we are ill, we get sick, it causes us to slow down. I'm not saying that that's from God. I'm just simply saying he uses that to draw us closer. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is all about. Not the I love me wall things that we pile up as a result of our busyness. It's the third thing. It's the stillness for strength. The stillness for strength. And solitude, God renews us. It's very similar to our sleep. I'm trying my best to do better with my sleep. I want to work all the way until I can't stand it anymore. But what I have found is that inadequate amount of sleep stillness does not permit my brain to recalibrate everything that I've done that day and to have a restorative moments throughout the night to get into deep sleep. God is trying to get you into a deep presence by slowing you down. What confuses you in chaos gets clarified in quiet. Solitude isn't weakness, it's a spiritual recharge station. It's like these electric stations we see everywhere, plugging in. So what's your takeaway this morning? Here's your takeaway. Solitude positions you to hear God, heal within, and handle what's ahead. Hear him, be healed by him, so that you can handle what's in front of you today. So what is ever in front of you today, take this restorative moment that you went somewhere and sat down to hear from him. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. Share the man. If it bless you, bless somebody else. Don't keep it to yourself. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more Morning Manna. God bless you.